The vast expanse of space stretched silently before the Coalition fleet, a cluster of sleek ships orbiting the peaceful planet Zorath. For months, the leaders of the Coalition had waited nervously, their hopes pinned on Earth's first contact mission. This was supposed to be a historic moment, a chance to open trade, share knowledge, and build friendships with one of the galaxy's most mysterious civilizations. They had prepared a warm welcome, complete with diplomats, cultural gifts, and even music broadcasts, hoping to show the strength of their unity and kindness. But as the hours passed, the anxious faces in the command centers began to fade into puzzled concern. The expected small diplomatic shuttle never appeared. Instead, a deep hum vibrated through the Coalition's sensors, growing louder with every second. Then, from the shimmer of hyperspace, a shape emerged, an enormous silhouette that instantly caught every eye and froze every heartbeat. It was not a small, peaceful ship. It was a warship. Towering, dark, and armored beyond anything the Coalition had seen before, it moved with slow but terrifying purpose. Its metal gleamed coldly under the distant stars, and hundreds of glowing weapon ports dotted its hull like the eyes of a predator. The vessel's size alone dwarfed every Coalition cruiser in the fleet, casting a vast shadow that seemed to swallow the smaller ships whole. The room filled with stunned silence as the Coalition's communications officer whispered, This is not a diplomatic envoy. This is a warship of terror." Murmurs erupted into shocked voices, and commanders leaned forward, their faces pale with disbelief. The peaceful hopes that had filled their hearts just moments ago shattered like glass under the weight of this unexpected arrival. The warship paused on the edge of the system, its engines humming with steady, ominous power. It did not send greetings or requests for landing. Instead, its sensors swept the Coalition fleet with quiet menace, studying their formations as if deciding who to destroy first. The commanders tried to send messages, calm the situation, or at least clarify Earth's intentions, but the warship answered only with silence, its presence speaking louder than any words could. For the Coalition, trained in diplomacy and negotiation, this was a shock beyond understanding. The arrival of a warship fully armed, ready for battle, meant one thing. Earth was not here to talk. Earth was here to show strength and perhaps to demand respect through fear. Throughout the fleet, tension rose. Each ship's crew worked rapidly to assess the threat, weapons charged, shields raised, and plans made for the worst. The Coalition's military advisors debated furiously. Was this a bluff, a warning, or the first act of a larger, more violent conflict? The warship made no aggressive moves yet, but the weight of its presence was a threat all on its own. It loomed like a dark cloud, promising storms no one wanted to face. The peaceful future the Coalition had dreamed of suddenly seemed fragile, as if one wrong move could ignite a war that would engulf the stars themselves. Deep within the warship's command bridge, Earth's captain stared steadily at the view screen. No emotion crossed his face, only calm determination. He knew exactly what this display would do to the Coalition: shock, confusion, and a sudden respect for human strength. Earth had sent no diplomats because humanity no longer believed in appearing weak to unknown civilizations. After centuries of being underestimated and overlooked, humans had learned a powerful lesson. Respect was earned, not begged for. And nothing demanded respect like a warship ready for battle, even if it had come in peace. The captain's orders were clear: show the galaxy that Earth would no longer bow or plead. It was time to rise, and this was the first step. Bakne. Zorath. As the warship hung silently in orbit, the Coalition's leaders held emergency meetings, their voices tight with worry and confusion. What did Earth want? What would happen next? No one had an answer, and every moment stretched longer than the last. The arrival of the warship had changed everything. It was a signal that the galaxy's balance of power might be about to shift, forever, and no one could predict if peace would survive the storm now gathering in the stars. The waiting ended. The age of uncertainty had begun. The warship's sudden silence was shattered when a deep, cold voice echoed through the Coalition's communication channels, sending a wave of tension through every ship and station listening. The message was clear and chilling. Earth would no longer send diplomats or plead for friendship. Instead, they would claim their place in the galaxy by showing strength and power. The voice, steady and commanding, warned that Earth had grown tired of weakness being mistaken for peace and that from now on, they would let their might speak louder than words. Coalition leaders gathered quickly in their command rooms, eyes wide with shock and uncertainty as they struggled to understand what this meant. Was this a direct threat of war? Was Earth bluffing to scare them into submission? Or was this a new way to demand respect without violence? Questions raced through the minds of every officer and politician. Meanwhile, aboard the warship, the sound of weapon systems powering up filled the air. Soft hums of energy that hinted at deadly precision and power ready to be unleashed at a moment's notice. The captain, a man with years of battle experience, etched into his calm face, stood firm before the command console. He knew the message they sent was more than just words. It was a statement of humanity's new place in the universe, a warning that Earth's people were no longer the ones to be ignored or underestimated. His crew worked quietly, their actions smooth and efficient, reflecting the discipline and confidence that had carried humans through countless struggles. As the Coalition's fleets tried to prepare, the captain vowed silently that this warship would show the galaxy why Earth's people had survived countless dangers, outsmarted and outlasted stronger enemies, and earned their place not through diplomacy alone but through strength when needed. The tension thickened as the Coalition's leaders debated frantic responses, some urging caution, others ready to call for immediate defense, while spies and analysts scrambled to find any weakness. In Earth's new approach, the warship did not fire, but its readiness was a clear message. The threat was real, and peace would now depend on whether the galaxy could respect humanity's power without pushing it to war. In the quiet moments that followed, a shared feeling grew among both humans and aliens. This was no ordinary message. It was a turning point, a challenge to the old order, and the calm before a storm that could change the fate of many worlds forever. The tension that had been building in the cold silence of space finally exploded when the Coalition's fleet, a dozen warships lined with powerful weapons, moved forward to confront Earth's massive warship. Commanders on both sides knew this moment could decide the future of many worlds. The Coalition fleet advanced with confidence, believing their numbers and coordinated attacks would overwhelm the single Earth ship. But the humans were ready. The Earth warship did not panic. Instead, it shifted its position with deadly grace, dodging heavy blasts and countering with lightning-fast precision. The human crew worked like a well-oiled machine, their years of training and natural creativity, making them unpredictable and fierce. Every time the Coalition ships thought they had a chance to strike a decisive blow, the Earth warship responded with clever tactics, using the environment of the asteroid belt nearby, hiding in shadows, and then striking where the enemy least expected. The battle was brutal and fast, lasers lighting up the dark space like deadly fireworks, but the humans never faltered. Their weapon systems hummed with power, firing bursts that disabled engines, scrambled sensors, and took down critical weapons on the enemy ships. The Coalition commanders watched in disbelief as their once confident fleet was forced into retreat, one ship at a time. The humans' mixture of strategic brilliance and raw determination was unlike anything the galaxy had seen before. Despite being outnumbered, the Earth warship moved with terrifying efficiency, avoiding traps and setting new ones with cold precision. The crew's fierce loyalty to their captain and their planet was clear in every command shouted and every calculated risk taken. As the battle raged, transmissions from distant systems captured the conflict, and throughout the galaxy, observers felt a mix of fear and awe. The humans had proven something new. They were not just survivors. They were warriors of unmatched skill and courage, capable of turning the tide against overwhelming odds. When the dust finally settled, only a handful of Coalition ships remained, scattered and damaged, while Earth's warship stood tall, battered but unbroken. This clash of titans had shown the galaxy a new reality, one where humanity's unyielding spirit and cleverness could challenge even the greatest fleets. The battle was not just about power, it was about respect. and Earth had just earned it in the most dramatic way possible. After the fierce battle, silence fell over the shattered battlefield as the Coalition's remaining ships hovered cautiously near the crippled Earth warship, its hull scarred but still imposing. Among the Coalition forces, a small scout ship was sent with a daring mission to board the damaged giant and uncover the truth behind Earth's terrifying show of force. The scout's crew, tense but determined, approached the warship's surface, where the echoes of recent combat seemed to linger like a ghost. As they boarded the vessel, they found it eerily quiet inside, the usual hum of war replaced by an unsettling calm. Exploring the corridors, they discovered that the ship was not a simple tool of destruction, but a carefully crafted symbol of deterrence. Logs and recordings revealed that Earth had no intention of launching a full-scale war, but had built this warship to force the galaxy to rethink how they saw humanity. The design of the ship, with its overwhelming power and fearsome appearance, was meant to be a warning, a message that humanity would never allow itself to be treated as weak or unimportant again. The warship's terror was not a promise of conquest but a shield against future aggression, a way to ensure that other civilizations would respect Earth's strength and desire for peace. When the scout crew returned with this shocking revelation, it sparked a storm of debate among the Coalition leaders. Some saw Earth's actions as a wise and bold move to secure peace through strength, while others feared that this new approach could lead to an arms race or even war. The truth that humanity's strength was born from survival and resilience began to shift the Coalition's view of Earth, from a dangerous enemy to a powerful new force that demanded recognition and respect. As the leaders weighed their options, the galaxy held its breath, realizing that this moment marked not just the end of a battle, but the beginning of a new era where diplomacy and power would be forever intertwined. The warship, once a terrifying symbol of strength and warning, had been repaired and readied not just for battle but for a new mission, one of diplomacy backed by undeniable power. Earth knew the galaxy had changed. Fear alone would not bring lasting peace. So, this time, they sent an envoy aboard a smaller, sleek ship, a clear signal that humanity was willing to talk but only as equals. The Coalition, still recovering from the shock of the warship's arrival and the fierce battle that followed, received the envoy with cautious respect. Their leaders gathered again, this time around tables rather than battle stations where words replaced weapons. The tension in the room was real, but beneath it lay a growing understanding that Earth's display of strength was not a threat of endless war, but a statement of survival and determination. As discussions unfolded, the humans showed their skill, not only in defense but in diplomacy, sharp, honest, and unyielding when necessary. They spoke of peace, trade, and cooperation, but also of the need for mutual respect and recognition of Earth's right to defend itself and its allies. The Coalition, once suspicious and wary, began to see humanity in a new light. Earth's actions had reshaped the rules of galactic politics, blending fierce defense with clear diplomacy in a way that no other civilization had done before. This was not a galaxy ruled by weakness or fear, but by strength and reason working, hand in hand. Across many star systems, news of the talks and the new alliance spread like wildfire, igniting hope that the era of endless suspicion might be ending. The humans had sent more than a warship to the stars. They had sent a signal that peace required strength, that respect must be earned, and that humanity was ready to rise as a powerful and fair player in the cosmic stage. The stars themselves seemed to shine a little brighter as Earth's star began its ascent, promising a future where courage and wisdom could lead the way to lasting harmony.